Hello and happy World Malbec Day. I'm Claire Fleming from the website fromthegrapevine.uk, and on a Friday night I'm very often on the BBC Wiltshire doing wines for the weekend with Graham Rogers. But as you're well aware, we're in lockdown at the moment, so I thought I'd bring you World Malbecs of a different sort, a virtual type. Now, World Malbec Day was started back in 2011 by Wines of Argentina, and there is a misconception that the Malbec grape is an Argentinian grape, when in fact it's a French grape. It comes from the Lot Valley, which is just southeast of Bordeaux, and you will find some very famous Malbecs from a place called Cahors, which is where they make some very, very fine Malbecs. I've been scouring the supermarket shelves and I've got three for you to taste. We've got a French Malbec, we've got the Argentine Malbec, and we've got a Chilean Malbec. So first up today, we will start with that French one then. This is from a company called Regal. They know what they're doing. They've been around since 1755 and they make wines in that Cahors region. This isn't actually saying Cahors on the label because it's from a much wider area, wider appellation, which means that it's entry level. You're not going to have a big price tag for this one. In fact, this one is in Asda for £6. We've poured it already. It's sat waiting for me to have a little taste of it. As you can see, normally Cahors wines can be a lot darker, the Malbecs, but the three wines we have here today are fairly similar in colour. And let's see what they are like. So we're getting some lovely black fruit off of that one, very plummy. Have a little taste. Now the region of France is very sunny, plenty of sunshine on those grapes. All of the vintages today we've got are 2018, so they're all young wines. And that one you can tell the tannins are a little bit, what we'd say, grippy. So you can sort of feel the tannins around your mouth on that one. But as I say, entry level, not bad at all, £6 from Asda. So we're going to go over to South America now, to the New World, and take an Argentinian Malbec. Lots of Argentinian Malbecs for you in the supermarkets, and you'll be paying sort of around £7 to £12 for one of those. I've gone to the Wine Society because obviously in lockdown I can't really go to every supermarket and have a good old browse like I normally would. So I've had to be responsible. Wine Society is a brilliant place to get your wines. They've got wines starting at a very pocket-friendly price right up to your very high-end fine wines as well. So if you're ever wanting something different, then the Wine Society website's a great place to start browsing. This one's their exhibition range, which means they think this is the most typical version of a Malbec you will find. And it comes from the Mendoza region. The Mendoza region is responsible for about 75% of Argentine output. So it's a very popular region for winemaking. It's up in the Andes, so you've got the altitude, but it's sort of not on steep slopes. It's a plateau there where it's sort of sheltered by the peaks of the Andes. And you get the snow melting, which comes down irrigation channels and gives a bit of irrigation to those vines. But you get plenty of sunlight during the day. And then the most important thing for this grape is that you get very, very cold nights. And that means that the acidity in the grape is going to be preserved, which is really important in a wine. It stops it becoming all flabby, as they say. So again, a very similar colour to the Cahors wine. And again, that black fruit is really assaulting the nasal passage. The black fruit is really coming through on that one. But that one's much softer than the French version. So it's still got tannins, but they're not sort of clinging to my mouth as much as the French version. Paying a little bit more for this one. This one is £10.95. But I would say that's still a really good price for a lovely quality wine. So we're going right over the Andes now to the other side. And this is from Chile, the Regal Valley in Chile. So again, you've got a very similar climate really to the Mendoza. You've still got the altitude there of the vineyards. You've got the plateaus, you've got the sunlight coming through. And again, there's some shelter from the coastal mountains to stop that cold wind coming off the Pacific Ocean and cooling the vineyard sites too much. So it's still getting plenty of sunlight and plenty of goodness into the grape. Now this one smells a little bit different. This one is sort of bursting more of blackcurrant. It's almost ribenery. which I would associate with Chilean wines. It's very common in a Carmenere, I find. So out of the three, this one smells a little bit different. But again, the taste is wonderful. That's very soft and accessible and a really good quality Malbec. So this one is from Marks and Spencer's. It's from Emiliana and it's an organic Malbec. You'll be paying £9 for this one. So again, a really good quality mid-range price for Malbec. So that's my three choices for you for this lockdown wines for the weekend. If you want to know more, if you've missed anything I've said, you can find more on my website, fromthegrapevine.uk, and also on my social media on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram too. I will be back in a couple of weeks where we're going to be trying some Sauvignon Blancs for Sauvignon Blanc Day 2. So in the meantime, enjoy your wines and cheers.